Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Cyrus set his sights on Elizabeth. Jason stormed into Charlie's and instantly demanded that Cyrus remove his hands from Danny. "You touch my son again and they will never find your body," Jason spat out. Cyrus replied he understood as Jason grabbed Danny by the shoulder and escorted him out of the bar. After Trina informed Kai that Cyrus had previously taken her prisoner and shot Curtis, Kai took matters into his own hands and warned Cyrus that he needed to leave. Marty attempted to calm the situation before departing with his brother. Trina praised Kai for getting rid of Cyrus, and Kai explained that he did it for her. He was astounded with Trina's cool demeanor. At the bar, Christina and Isaiah talked about the incident, but the conversation always turned to Christina. Christina told Isaiah about Sunny and Luke's past club ownership, so working with Lucky seemed like coming full circle. She also told him about almost punching Ava earlier in the day and why she despised her so much. Isaiah seemed unusually engaged in everything Christina said. Liz and Lucky sat on the other side of the bar, puzzled as to why Gen Z was spoiling their chance to bring down Cyrus. First Jocelyn addressed him, then Danny. Outside, Marty attempted to persuade Cyrus to file charges against Jason for harassment, but Cyrus declined, claiming that he had had enough violence in his life. "Now I'm choosing peace, and so should you, brother," Cyrus remarked quietly. Liz stayed after Charlie's closed and helped Lucky clean up. When the song they had danced to in her living room came on again, Lucky and Liz danced in an empty Charlie's pub while Cyrus watched from the window. Jason took Danny back to the Quartermaines and had a lengthy conversation with his son in the kitchen. Jason labeled Danny risky for addressing Cyrus, but Danny was unconcerned. "I know I shouldn't have gotten in his face like that, but I was so mad that I just lost it," Danny told me. Jason emphasized to his son that he is becoming older and needs to learn to control his attitude and behavior. Sasha went in and told Danny she was relieved he was home safe. Jason asked Sasha to stay. "I think we should talk to Danny together," the man responded. Sasha and Jason led Danny outdoors to the terrace. Jason reminded Danny that Sasha was pregnant, and Danny immediately assumed Jason was the father. Sasha told Danny that he wasn't, but for the time being, they needed to convince everyone that he was. Danny just had one question: who's the real dad? Sasha refused to tell him, but Danny took it all in stride and was impressed that Jason was assisting a friend in the same way his mother would have. Danny returned to the house, so Jason declared that he was leaving. Sasha stopped him. "If you're on your way to see Cyrus, don't. That is the worst thing you can do for your son," she told me. Sasha mentioned how much Danny admired Jason. "If you kill Cyrus, you're throwing everything away," she cautioned him. "Ask yourself what's important. Revenge? Or your son's love and respect?" she mused. While Jocelyn served customers, Lulu was amazed to see a Spencer behind the counter at Bobby's. Lulu and Jocelyn caught up, with Lulu recounting anecdotes about her father and Aunt Bobby relaying stories about their Aunt Ruby. Jocelyn claimed that she could feel her grandmother's presence when the room was empty. Chase questioned Cyrus' apartment building superintendent in the PCPD interrogation room. The super informed Chase that he had lately admitted a young blonde girl into Cyrus' apartment. Anna was astonished to find Dante wandering into the PCPD while he was supposed to be on leave. Dante implored Anna for any information she had on Sam's case, but she refused. Dante stepped out just as Chase informed Anna about the blonde Caucasian female who had been at Cyrus' apartment the week before. An enraged Anna knew it had to be Jocelyn and demanded Chase bring her in. Chase did exactly that. He marched inside Bobby's and informed Jocelyn she needed to accompany him to the station. When Chase led Joss inside the questioning room, Anna noted on how busy Jocelyn was. After all, wasn't she just volunteering alongside Cyrus on the redemption mission? Jocelyn acted foolish until Anna informed her that the super recognized a photo of Jocelyn. Anna cautioned Joss that what she was doing constituted criminal trespassing and fraud, and that if she didn't quit playing amateur detective, she'd end up killing herself. Jocelyn sat there like a regular Carly, smugly asking if she could leave or if she needed to contact Diane. Anna couldn't believe the girl's attitude and advised her to contact Diane. "I'm arresting you for trespassing, for your own damn good," she told us. Chase requested to chat to Jocelyn alone. He recognized how much she adored Dex and told her that the police would do their duty and arrest him once they had sufficient evidence. After leaving Joss and Chase to chat, Marty approached her and asked that she arrest Jason for threatening to kill Cyrus in a public bar. He was upset at Anna's preferential treatment of Jason. Back at Bobby's, Lulu took over for Jocelyn and worked herself to the bone while serving customers. Dante happened by and noticed the chaos, so he stepped in to help. He even extinguished a toaster fire in the kitchen. Dante and Lulu had a nice chuckle over everything, with Dante admitting he hadn't laughed since Sam died. Gio and Emma soon in, handing everyone flyers for their fundraiser. Emma commented on Joe's eyelashes before realizing Dante had identical lashes. While Maxie and Lucas were having a cousin's night out at the Brown Dog, Carly stepped in with Jack. Lucas focused his attention on them, fearing his sister was making a mistake. Maxie attempted to persuade Lucas to focus on his own love life, or lack thereof, rather than Carly's. Lucas informed Maxie that he was not ready to date. "I had a family and one great love, but it ended," according to him. Maxie emphasized that Lucas was not dead and could have it again. Lucas questioned whether he was really intended to have love and a family. Maxie simply wanted Lucas to go to supper with someone and take things one at a time. Carly wanted to see if Jack could tough it in a dive bar. "It's never the location, it's the company," Jack added, his eyes twinkling. However, Jack noticed Lucas giving him the stink eye. Carly informed Jack that Lucas and everyone else around her had warned her to stay away from Jack, "But I make my own decisions." Jack admitted that a colleague had warned him not to get too close to Carly, "But when there is someone Jack wants, there is nobody who can stop me." Lucas interrupted Jack and Carly right at that moment. Jack walked over to the bar so Lucas and Carly could speak. Maxie made it her business to introduce herself, but Jack already knew who she was. Frisco's daughter, Mariah Maximilia Jones, stated the man. Maxie warned Jack to avoid Carly because she knew how WSB agents could ruin relationships. Back at the table, Carly persuaded Lucas that Jack was suitable for her. At the Port Charles Grill, Nina prepared to tell Willow that she and Drew had slept together. Tracy walked in before she could finish her sentence, relieved to hear Willow had adjusted into her mother's home. "How nice!" "All the better to commit adultery with, my dear," moaned Tracy. Willow swiftly deflected blame for her actions. "Don't blame me for taking the kids away from Monica." "That's on you," she added. Tracy begged to differ. "No, it's your unwillingness to keep Drew off the property and out of your bed that's to blame," Tracy told him. Tracy went even farther, demanding that Willow remove her engagement ring, which had belonged to Tracy's mother, Lila. Alexis came in at the opportune time and took Tracy away from Nina and Willow's table. Tracy's statements left Willow feeling shaken. "Everywhere I go, someone is either mad or yelling at me," Willow complained. Nina told Willow to let it roll off her shoulders. Willow abruptly burst into tears. "Sometimes I have to wonder if what people are saying about me is true. It's getting harder not to think of myself as a horrible person," she told me. Nina reassured Willow that she was a kind woman with a decent heart. "Promise me this, that you're not going to let any of these people change the way that you see yourself," she told me. Nina was moved when Willow assured her there was a silver lining in this tumultuous circumstance. "You and I have gotten closer, and for the first time in my life, I feel like I truly have a mother," she told me. Willow then inquired what Nina was attempting to communicate when Tracy walked in, but Nina dismissed it as nothing. Willow felt Nina was finally seeing Drew in the same way she did. Alexis seated Tracy down at the adjacent table and told her to avoid Willow. Tracy saw nothing wrong with asking for her mother's ring back. Alexis told Tracy to calm down so Drew would not relocate with Willow and Scout. Alexis reminded Tracy that she owed her for falsely accusing Alexis of drunk driving a few years ago. Tracy eventually agreed to keep her observations to herself. Nina will next see Sunny at General Hospital. Molly loses it. Chase has questions for Elizabeth. the actual reason General Hospital's Ava must fight for Avery again. Since General Hospital's Avery Corinthos was born in 2014, her two feuding parents have been vying for custody almost constantly. However, some fans are perplexed as to why Sunny and Ava are involved in yet another custody battle. Avery, the possession Avery, has been so sought after that Sunny has been attempting to obtain custody of her since she was conceived in a scary cemetery. Hate sex resulted in Avery's conception, followed by a paternity test to ensure that Sunny's son Morgan was not the father, and then an abduction. Yes, Sunny attempted to hold a pregnant Ava prisoner so that he could have his child as soon as she was born. Let us not forget Avery's spectacular birth. Nina, who was having a mental break after waking up from her coma, kidnapped Ava, induced labor, and fled with Avery minutes after her birth. Nina convinced herself that Avery was her daughter, naming her Jamie Summers after her favorite childhood TV character, the Bionic Woman. After Nina and Avery were discovered, Ava and Sunny were arrested, so Michael petitioned for custody of his baby sister and won. He identified himself Avery's father and named her AJ, after his biological father. After Sunny was free and Ava had been assumed dead for a few months, Michael returned the baby to him. That was when Ava and Sunny's first court battle began. Ava was granted custody, and multiple custody disputes ensued over the years. By the time Sunny was assumed dead in 2021, he and Ava had reached an agreement and shared custody of Avery. They maintained their ceasefire until last year, when they even co-parented from the same apartment, and suddenly all that peace and harmony was abruptly ended. Sunny and Ava's peace was so deep at the end of 2023 that Sunny requested Ava to move in with her when she was being pursued. Avery now had both of her parents living with her, but the arrangement did not last long. During an out-of-character storyline on General Hospital, Ava developed feelings for Sunny and was determined to keep him dependent on her following his divorce from Nina. When she realized that his bipolar medication dosage had been tampered with, she decided to keep it a secret and had the pills substituted with placebos. Some fans believe it is why Sunny kicked Ava out of his house and legally barred her from seeing Avery, but Sunny has no idea Ava did that. Instead, it was Ava's stupid plan to record Natalia uttering nasty homophobic remarks and then disclose them to the press that got her in trouble. Rather of condemning Natalia for her statements, Sunny blamed the person who recorded them and planned to use Avery as a weapon against Ava. So here we are, several months later, and the newest Avery custody dispute has yet to reach court. While Sunny appears to be unprepared for another fight, Christina may force the issue as part of her own misguided revenge against Ava. May Avery be SORAS to a teen before we ever see her parents fighting again. Cameron Matheson of General Hospital celebrates optimistic programming following a tragedy. Cameron Matheson of General Hospital recently experienced the unthinkable. His home was destroyed by a wildfire in Los Angeles. Despite the tragedy, no one in his family was hurt, and the actor is recovering stronger than ever. With a good attitude and perseverance, Matheson not only returned to work but also spoke at a recent awards ceremony, complimenting uplifting television shows and films. Hold on to the affirmative. TV Insider chatted with Matheson, who described his recent difficulties. "I've been through a lot of problems over the last 4 years," he said, adding, "It's been awful, but we'll be fine. My children have had their lives flipped upside down. It's much more difficult to communicate to people than I am capable of doing." As if a dark cloud hung over him, Matheson recounted a litany of terrible things that had happened to him in recent years. "I had cancer. My mother's cancer. She died. COVID occurred. Home and Family, the show I presented, was cancelled. Someone close to my family went through a trial." The General Hospital actor appeared to be holding his breath as he continued, "My wife Vanessa and I separated. My dog, Red, got sick. He died. My kids left the house to attend college. Then I came home to find my house had burned down." However, Matheson's life has not been entirely negative. The source stated that he presented at the 32nd Annual Movie Guide Awards. Recording at Hollywood's Avalon Theater, the show, which honors faith-based programming, is set to pay tribute to the first responders of the Los Angeles fires when it airs next month on GAC. In addition to his work as Drew on General Hospital, Matheson has inked a multi-picture deal with Great American Family in November 2023. When asked why he felt it was important to attend the Movie Guide Awards, he responded that he adores working with his new network and was really proud of the positive movies I've done with them and with Candace, Cameron Bure, Fuller House, Home Sweet Christmas, Jill, Wagner, A Merry Christmas Wish, and Jenny Garth, Kelly, Beverly Hills, 90210, A Kind-Hearted Christmas. Matheson then hit his positive message home with, "It's great to celebrate upbeat movies and TV shows. That's what I'm trying to be in my life." The General Hospital star went on to highlight his optimistic attitude on life, which begins with focusing on others rather than himself. "It's so important to have empathy, compassion, and gratitude," he said, adding that he tries to maintain such positive sentiments while dealing with loss. "It benefits not just others but also me. Honestly, I get caught up in a spiral at times." General Hospital spoilers: Steve Burton's summer wedding is full of surprises. According to General Hospital spoilers, it will be the event of the year, but not in the way that fans expect. Instead, we're chatting about Steve Burton's summer wedding to his fiancée, Michelle Lundstrom. General Hospital spoilers: Steve Burton's summer wedding is full of surprises. Steve's life could easily be spun into a new General Hospital storyline. That's because the actor experienced everything that could possibly go wrong throughout the years. Steve was obliged to clarify the situation in 2022 after his then-wife Sherry Burton revealed that she was pregnant. Steve resorted to social media to reveal that she was actually pregnant by another man and that they had separated. No one knows whether Sherry cheated during or after their marriage. In any case, it was a particularly difficult time in Steve's life. General Hospital spoilers: what's next for Steve Burton and Michelle Lundstrom? Fortunately, the actor has found love again. He is now engaged to Michelle Lundstrom, and word is that the couple will marry in a spectacular summer wedding attended by many of Steve's Port Charles co-stars. Of course, the only people who may not attend are Nancy Lee Grahn, Ingo Rademacher, and possibly Kelly Monaco. Either way, General Hospital fans can expect to hear all about the wedding in the coming months, as Steve and Michelle are sure to release plenty of exclusives to all of the major media. After all, he is the most well-known daytime television personality. Jason threatens to kill Cyrus. Things are about to explode in today's General Hospital spoilers. Trina and Kai grow closer. Liz has bad news for Lucky. Nina prepares to tell Willow the truth. Brennan refuses to give up. Anna warns Jocelyn that she's playing with fire, and Jason goes to extremes to defend Danny. Kai and Trina spend some time hanging out at Charlie's pub, getting to know each other better. "Those are good words to live by," he informs her. What else could these two have in common? Liz is concerned that the inquiry into Cyrus' involvement in the hospital murders has taken only one stride forward and 2 steps back. "We might be farther away than ever," she laments to Lucky. A debate about lying and maintaining secrets seemed to have prompted Nina to come clean to Willow. "What I'm about to say to you is not easy," she tells her daughter. Will she actually admit to having an affair with Drew only to get Willow away from him? Carly is still intrigued by Jack and where their relationship might head. "There is very little that can stop me," he assures her. Anna is becoming increasingly agitated as Jocelyn ignores her cautions to remain out of the Cyrus inquiry. "This little game you're playing may cost you your life," she persists. What will it take for Joss to recognize she is in too deep? Danny attempts to confront Cyrus for killing his mother, but Jason interrupts and advises the villain to watch his step. "You touch my son again," he yells, "they will never find your body." Can somebody de-escalate this situation before it becomes out of control? Cody on General Hospital, everything you should know. Cody Bell had a dramatic debut on General Hospital in the June 1, 2022 episode, and some soap fans, particularly those who watch ABC Daytime, may recognize him. Josh Kelly is most known for his role as Cutter Wentworth on One Life to Live from 2010 to 2011, as well as his brief return in 2013 for the online revival. Viewers may also recognize him from primetime shows such as Unreal, Midnight, Texas, and Bluff City Law. And, while his character was initially mysterious, we've learned a lot more since then. Some Port Charles singles were in the Metro Court rooftop pool for the Society Setups charity party, and while most were having a good time, Britt Westbourne was getting drunk and lamenting the lack of love in Port Charles. However, her remark about finding true love being as likely as Mr. directly falling out of the sky proved prophetic as a jet soared overhead and a guy parachuted directly into the party, accidentally knocking Britt into the pool with him. Dante Falconeri was astonished to recognize Cody, and Britt urged on his detention. Cody shrugged it off, but Dante handcuffed him and led him away, charging him with reckless endangerment. However, he only led him to Charlie's pub with Sam McCall, where they told her they were old childhood buddies who used to get into trouble together. Cody was still ready to cause trouble when he blackmailed Damian Spinelli after discovering that he and Zelda were collaborating on society setups. He also won a large sum of money at one of Selena Wu's backroom poker games, so she had her henchmen beat him. As Britt cared to his injuries in the hospital, he was interested to find that she was Cesar Faison's daughter and decided to stay in Port Charles for a time. He secured a job as the Quartermain estate's new stable hand and attempted to woo Britt on a date, but she saw through his ruse and walked away. Cody refused to accept no for an answer and eventually persuaded Britt to agree to a second date on which he vowed to be himself. However, things turned messy when she brought him to her mother, Liesl Albrecht. Cody got along well with her, but when he met her boyfriend, Scott Baldwin, he stormed off and assaulted him before revealing that he was Dominique Stanton's son. When Max Scorpio discovered that Cody was Dominique's son, he questioned if he may be the boy's biological father. Cody consented to take a DNA test to find out, but when the results came back, he claimed they were unrelated. While assisting Britt in sorting through Peter's stuff, they discovered a safety deposit box key that led them to a precious jewelry, to which Cody, as Leopold Taub's son, could lay claim. He tried, but the authorities intervened and confiscated it as evidence because it contained fragments of the Ice Princess. After bonding with Mac, Cody told Dante that Mac is his biological father, but he didn't know how to tell him. After Britt was murdered by the Hook, Cody became friends with Sasha Gilmore, and he soon discovered that Gladys Corbin was serving as her guardian and in charge of her finances. This was a problem because Cody had been assisting Selena Wu with her backroom gaming and discovered that Gladys was taking Sasha's money and selling Brando's garage to cover her gambling obligations. Gladys accused Cody of taking a valuable bracelet from her at the nurses' ball after he confronted her. He tried to inform Sasha that he had been framed, but she didn't believe him. Fortunately, Gladys withdrew the charges after Selena threatened her, but the Mafia was also upset with Cody for hosting games. He was concerned about Sasha's previous odd conduct, which escalated when she hallucinated and stabbed him. He sneaked into Ferncliff and was startled to see Sasha in such a bad shape. When Gladys obtained a restraining order to keep him away from Sasha, Cody was determined to put an end to her plan. Sam assisted Cody in being sent to the mental institution, and he soon understood that Gladys was working with Dr. Montague to keep Sasha disabled so she could continue to control her money. After confronting the psychiatrist, Cody fled with Sasha and hid until Dante could apprehend the insane doctor. Cody was concerned when Sasha disclosed her plans to relocate to Texas and start over, but was relieved when she changed her mind. While Cody joined her as the male face of deception, they became closer and realized they had feelings for each other, but Sasha was not ready for another relationship just yet. She did warn him when Felicia Scorpio wanted to conduct a DNA test because she felt he had lied about not being Mac's kid, and she provided another hair sample to back up Cody's claim. When Spinelli became jealous, Cody told him that he wasn't interested in Maxie. In reality, he and Sasha helped Spixie get back together. After he quit modeling for Deception and Sasha followed suit, they remained close as she assisted him with the Quartermain stables. Cody was overjoyed that Sasha had applied to work as a cook for the Quartermains, but as they began to make out, they were interrupted. When Gregory died, Cody had to be the one to tell Tracy the news and offer her a shoulder to grieve on. When Mac returned, Cody felt guilty about maintaining his secret, and while he didn't name names, he did open up to Tracy, who encouraged him to speak clean since his father would be pleased. However, when Cody confessed on the 4th of July, Mac was not pleased and stormed out. When he informed Maxie the truth, she said Cody James would be overjoyed to find he was his uncle, and Mac would come around. Felicia also advised Cody to give it time and not leave town. Maxie and Felicia's plan to reunite Mac and Cody faltered. He tried to distract himself by listening to Sasha about watching Willow and Drew Quartermain kiss. When Mac prevented James from taking any further riding lessons from Cody, the boy slipped out to the stables to see him, prompting Cody to contact his mother. But when James ran away again and nearly drowned in the pond, Cody rushed in and saved him, causing Mac to see him in a new light. Cody discovered that Serenity, the property where he grew up, was for sale, but he lacked the funds to purchase it and turned down Tracy's offer of assistance. Holly Sutton showed up and offered to get him into a poker game to win a fortune, but he declined, saying those days were over. After removing Holly, Sasha confessed that she is her mother and Robert Scorpio is her father, making them cousins. Cody was heartbroken that their growing relationship had come to an abrupt end, so he drowned his sorrows. When Cody discovered Drew, he punched him and revealed that he was kissing Willow while sleeping with Nina. He also thought about leaving town again, but Mac changed his mind. Drew paid Cody to remain silent, and Tracy promised to help him invest the money so they could team together against Drew. Cody gave a ride to a woman wandering by the side of the highway, not realizing it was Dante's ex-wife, Lulu Spencer, who had recently awoken from a coma. Maxie invited him to enjoy Christmas with the Scorpios, but he refused to see Sasha. When James was sad that his uncle was not coming, Sasha persuaded him to attend the party. Cody's luck did not alter when 2025 began, as he lost a large sum of money betting on a PCU football game and was unable to repay Selena in full. She offered him the chance to recoup his losses, but he insisted on quitting gambling. At the reopening of Charlie's Pub, Cody brought up the old dating site in an attempt to extract some money from Spinelli, and when things escalated and Lucky Spencer intervened, they got into a fight, and Cody hit him, placing them both in jail to cool off. Mac paid a visit to his son in prison to encourage him to rely on his family rather than lose his temper. Cody rushed to the erroneous conclusion when he spotted Jason Morgan caressing Sasha's baby bump and promptly told everyone that Jason was the father. After making another payment to Selena, she offered him a slot in a high-stakes poker game, which he declined. When Cody saw Drew with the gangster, he chastised him for being as shady as Jason, who had slept with Sasha. When Drew later revealed the news publicly, a furious Sasha confronted Cody, who apologized for initiating the rumor. Felicia attempted to reconcile Cody and Sasha, but when Jason arrived for lunch, Cody insisted that Jason accept responsibility for his child. Kelly Monaco's feud with Laura Wright explained. These two have never been the best of friends, but they haven't been the worst of adversaries either. At least, that's what some General Hospital fans believe. General Hospital News, Kelly Monaco feud with Laura Wright explained. Of course, we are referring to Kelly Monaco and Laura Wright. While it appeared that the two actresses were close both on and off screen at times, it also appeared that they had distanced themselves in recent years. Laura said almost little when it was announced that Kelly had been sacked from the show last summer. This has led many people to question what has been going on between Laura and Kelly behind closed doors. However, Kelly seemed to have kept her distance from many people during her final days on the popular ABC serial. Also, it appears that many individuals were avoiding her and the fact that she was fired in order to avoid further controversy. Still, you'd think someone like Laura would have mentioned Kelly during her final weeks on the show. After all, they had worked together for many years. General Hospital News, what really happened to Kelly and Laura? But one thing we've learned about Laura Wright over the years is that she enjoys being the focus of attention. In this fictional town of Port Charles, only one queen holds the crown. That's enough stated, right? So far, Kelly and Laura have not commented on their alleged dispute, nor have they verified or rejected the claims. But at this time, it seems unlikely that anything will be said. We will keep you updated with all of the newest information as it becomes available. Jason's bombshell, Cyrus' quest, and Willow's tears. Jason revealed some information, Cyrus lurked, and Nina backed off. General Hospital highlights Jason rushed Danny away from Cyrus and Charlie's as soon as could and returned him home. He told Danny never to pursue Cyrus on his own again since he was a dangerous man. When Sasha emerged in the kitchen, Jason begged her to stay so they could speak with Danny. Danny assumed Jason was the father as soon as Jason disclosed Sasha's pregnancy, but they convinced him that he would just have a phony new sibling or sister. Danny decided to go along with the plan of making everyone assume Jason was Sasha's baby daddy, but he promised not to tell anyone. After Danny left, Jason informed Sasha that he had somewhere to go. She warned him not to kill Cyrus because it would damage his relationship with Danny. Cyrus has his eyes on Liz. Martin tried to persuade Cyrus to file charges against Jason, but he refused, claiming he had seen enough violence in his life and only wanted peace, which seemed unusual coming from a man who had just slain many people. It was particularly weird coming from a man who clearly intends to kill Elizabeth. When Lucky and Liz shared a romantic dance after Charlie's closed, they didn't notice Cyrus standing outside the window with a sinister expression. Weeping Willow wonders if she isn't great. Nina tried to tell Willow about her sexual relationship with Drew, but Tracy disrupted the moment by storming into the Port Charles Grill and demanding Lila's diamond back, which Michael had given Willow as an engagement ring. Alexis interrupted Tracy's rage and dragged her to another table. The event with Tracy made Willow ponder if she is indeed as bad as everyone says she is. After all, she's constantly being yelled at. Willow cried as Nina reminded her that she is kind and great. If Willow hadn't cheated on her husband with her uncle and then attempted to keep her burned husband's parents away from him because Drew instructed her to, we might have felt sorry for her. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.